swap. We're past level 2. Tell me we're past level 2. Background progress has not been tracking correctly. Nope, we never passed level 2. God dang it. What? So I made this background party for no reason, folks. What? This is I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. All right. We're gonna just change. Oh, can we change stuff around? I want to go. I want speed and gold. Fine. Briff doesn't have any speed. I don't know why I care about Briff. Shandy does. I get Human and oh no, Human have to be in the front. There we. I don't know. Minsk. We just want to go as fast as possible. Flying monkey skulls. I do. I'm going to say Human. Starry. Like top, maybe? No. This is not a... I just want to go fast. I just want to go fast. I don't really care about anything except like speed and potentially some gold find here. We're not going to have any trouble completing this. In fact, I will take that just as some extra power. What are we laying at? 2, 3. Oops, didn't want to do that. All right, we'll be able to click through into the hundreds at least. 125 is what I'm looking at. And we got to get to what, 270 something? So we're going to throw down speed potion 250. This is overkill, but that's fine. Actually, I'm going to put this up here just for the occasional boost. For the occasional boost to Human's speed effect. It doesn't really matter. This is not a viable formation. I just want to make that clear to everybody. I don't know why I have to say that kind of disclaimer all the time, but Caddy Brie Entree's feat's worth getting. I mean, sure. Which ones? I mean, I don't know. Caddy Brie wants, I don't know. Caddy Brie wants specific things, and Entrees wants specific things, and I don't know, how many gems do you have, and all that stuff. I don't know. You got to figure out. Like early on, I'm not buying anything unless like not for power on this account. If I do buy something, it's going to be for a speed effect probably. Pride will also be a very good mention. At high levels, yeah. Pride avoids damage until he runs out of dodge stacks, and then he falls over instantly. I don't think people, yeah. I mean, I like Krydle for those variants where your party's taking constant damage. I love Krydle because Krydle has no health scaling, so. Tamgate, do you push on the first run? Yes, but not like to my wall. Like I got about 2,500 favor and then I bailed on the area 51. And then on the area 75 one, I went to like 400 on this account. Because I wanted that base amount of favor to make it easier and faster on the second run. And it still wasn't that fast, but it's better than nothing. Still feeling new to the game. Looking for mid-game advice. Gonna all split the parties. All champions from the current event. Who to epic or dump item levels into? Oh, for this event, it's... I don't know. I mean, I don't know who you picked up. So, who did you pick up? Because you said you got all the champions from the current event. So you got to tell me who you picked up, because that's specific to you. You chose your own set of champions. Like, or do you just mean you did Gale and Penelope and you haven't flexed anyone yet? I don't know. You did Ayla and Antreus. Okay. Ayla wants an epic on her health item. Is the big one. She wouldn't mind one on her storm sorcery either, but her health item is the big one. Antreus wants an epic on Suave and Sophisticated. So it's not that you try to full epic them, it's that you try to get specific powerful epics. I like Caddy Bree, but I like Caddy Bree if you don't have Caddy Bree. And then for Caddy Bree, the items are her crit hit chance. Her crit hit chance is the big one, and then like marked for death. Crit hit chance. I mean, crit hit chance followed by like push forward and mark for death. Crit damage last. Or after that. Alt cooldown. I mean, Caddy Bree full epic is strong. Caddy Bree's strong. Caddy Bree's just strong. But I mean, but the problem is there's so many strong champions in this event. So, like, I don't know who you're going to unlock next, but I mean, Ayla and Antreus were solid. You know, or Kira is solid. Like I said, I like Caddy Bree. I mean, there isn't really a going wrong in this event, but when you're trying to chase down like gear for champions, I mean, if you're in a position where you can just full epic anybody you choose, great. But if not, then you're hunting for a specific item slot. And so you'd keep trying to get epics until you got the one you wanted. Night Nethless. I don't agree with just putting like buying chests for someone that you already have full epic in an event. You can get you just for item levels. I like with Briv that made sense because Briv is just super important. But even for Antreus, I don't care. Like that's what blacksmith contracts are for. Get your all of these champions are so good. You want to get them and try to get them as close to full epic as possible. And then worry about your item levels coming from blacksmithing contracts. Yeah, Antreus is Suave and Sophisticated is the item you want an epic on. And again, Ayla's is her health item. I don't have Ayla. She likes her other ability items too, but she's a tank and her self shield functions off of her max health as a percentage of her max health. So her key is being survivable. She wants her health item. Yeah, the only reason I'm doing this again is so that I can have the 2,500 currency I need to buy my time gate piece this week. I'm real sad that I'm only going to get 3,000. That means I have to do another one of these again next week. And I don't like having to do them over and over again. I don't know what I don't care about the challenges. If we complete something along these lines, I don't know. Maybe I can click distractions. Anyway, can I click kills 75 distractions? Got one. Maybe. Got one. You know what? Target practice. Target practice. Come on. Oh, there's no birds indoors. Now we're outdoors again. Got you. Oh my god. Got it. What item does Spurt want? Ultimate cooldown increase. Slot 6. followed by Centipede Net, whatever number is Centipede Net. Not what I got. 3. I mean, look, when you're new and you're just trying to get whatever you can get, you take the epics wherever you can get them. But when you're actively trying to gear someone up with lots of bounty contracts, you're targeting certain things on each champion, and once you get those targets, then you can start chasing secondary targets and tertiary targets, right? Whatever. But full epic isn't, not always realistic until later on in your Idle Champion's career. Category from a previous time gate, but I can unlock her tomorrow. I mean, how well is she geared up? I don't know. If you're newer, you probably want to grab somebody you don't have. Yeah. Getting lots of them. I don't know how much progress I've made. I probably should have. Hold on. Here. Let's do that. But I can see the progress on my screen. No! It lagged. I'm blaming the lag. That's what good players do, right? They blame the lag. That's what I've heard. I'm just bad at clicking things that are moving quickly. Ooh, got it. I like that speed. Problem is when they're slower, I swear they drop less gold. I need to ask that on a Dev Insights. Does the speed of a distraction moving across the screen directly correlate to the amount of gold it drops? Or is the gold just random? Because in my experience, I get more gold from something that moves faster. If I sit on a level and I start comparing, speed seems to dictate how much gold they have. Which makes sense, because those are the distractions that have lived longer, to have accumulated more gold because they haven't died, right? I'm giving them a whole canonical story. This is why they have more gold. I'll get back to chat and say, oh man, give me 23 more distractions and I'll go make it back to chat, folks. I promise. But now I've given myself a task and I want to see it through to completion. Little crabby. Little crabby. I don't know. Oh my god, he wasn't even moving that fast. Ad break. Good. Nobody will see me miss these for 90 seconds. 13 more. 11. Come on, there's got to be a rat. Oh my god. Oh my god. 9. 9. Nothing. There we go. 7. It's the final countdown. 5. No. 5. 7. 6. 5. No. 7. 6. We're at 6. 6. 69. I should stop clicking distractions now. Idle Champions to practice to launch my pro FPS career? No, that ain't happening. 4. That ain't happening. I mean, it's not bad practice, but I don't think it's happening too. I think that career sailed alongside the Titanic. That career was the Titanic. My pro FPS career was the Titanic. There we go. There we go. Okay. I can put this away now. All right. Back to chat. Those are fun distractions. All right. Started yesterday. Ivan, welcome to the game. Is it worth spending time gate pieces on the event? Yes. That's what you wanted. That's what you'd want. If you have 3 time gate pieces, you'd want to use them on the event to unlock a flex slot. Should I spend all my bounty contracts to get more event currency? I do. On my main and here. Whenever I get bounties, I dump them when an event is active, and I try to get more gear. Well, on my new account, I do. On my main, I do one large burst. I use all of them at once, and then I let them build up until the next event. But because at the end of the day, that's the same as using them constantly. Any recommendations for champions to unlock? I already unlocked Akira. Okay. Got 3 more time gate pieces. I like Caddy Bree as another. I mean, I did Caddy Bree. I'm trying to think of who's functional. They would replace Minsk, and they're a more reliable buffer than Minsk, like a more consistent buffer than Minsk for a new player. So I would say Caddy Bree. Make sure you're also picking up Gale and Penelope, since those are the free ones, but I would flex Caddy Bree. Yeah. Because your first slot was free, so you got Arkira, and then the next one is going to be 3 time gates, so I would get Caddy Bree. Trying to think of functionality, because Minsk is this really swingy buffer because of his feature. His buff is favorite enemies, so if his favorite enemy isn't on the screen, he's not really helping you. Whereas Caddy Bree is just going to always help you. So, and that can be really nice early on, just the consistency of power. Wait, at some point we're going to have to change this formation, but it's doing fine for the moment. And if you're brand new, go up here to the top left of the hamburger button, click on newsletter, sign up for the newsletter with a valid email address, and you get another champion. You get Hitch right here to swap with Delano. And Hitch is a great early game buffer. Once a champion dies, can they be revived? There is a champion that does that. That's the Dark Urge. He's got a revive in one of his specializations. But normally, no. I mean, once they die on an area, you have to fall back to the previous area to bring them alive again, or move to the next area. Yeah, just fall back a level and. There are variants in the game where if a champion dies, you can't. They're dead. So there are times where the rules will tell you that if a champion dies, they're dead for the rest of the adventure. Yeah, got to pay a little more attention to those. Oh, jeez, Lurky Rider. Shigama for my last flex slot. Of all the champions, but from lowest to highest item level. Oh, hey, it's very difficult for me. Like if they're full epic, it's difficult for me to say who to go to because no one really stands out and just getting extra item levels isn't a big deal. So here's what I would say, Dice Goblin, is who are you using in your pushing groups? Because what you really want when you're at late game, mid to late game, you have all the champions in the event. They're all full epic. And what you want to get, you want to do the tiers of content for them. Select them for the buff you're going to get that's going to last through the into the next event. Like how long are we getting? 47 more days. So whose buffs do you want for the next 47 more days? They need to be in your party. So who are you using to complete content? Pick one of them. Pick one of them. Is min-maxing the mop for sources of corpses? Thalo. Sources of corpses. That is the name of it, isn't it? Hold on. Yeah, sources of corpses. It even calls it out. The damage bonuses for Evil Overlord is increased by 25% for each summoned zombie, stacking multiplicatively, with buffs applying to the pre-stack value. Okay. Heard back from Taylor about that thing where Waterdeep is triggering. You do 4 adventures in Waterdeep and you get the guide quest for completing 4 adventures as well as completing 15. Taylor is going to look into that. The Balos alt revive champions? No. It's an ability called Generous Gen, and it doesn't revive them so much as prevent them from dying. I mean, it's a weird, like, yeah, they die, they come back instantly with 1 HP, and like there's some things like that, but there's no like their champions were dead already. There was no triggering that. If they had the Dark Urge and the Resist the Urge spec, they'd have access to the Withers ultimate that could literally bring everyone back. That's the first like party revive we have. Kind of ways to prevent them from dying in the first place. I'm not even. I imagine it's a real restaurant. I'm just like, wow. Everyone else is just May. Orkira and Antreus are huge. What I'm saying, there's a lot of really good. Orkira is still the queen of debuffs. Antreus is one of the strongest supports in the game. Ayla is still a super solid tank, and if you can get Narak to work, the support power is real strong. It's just I can't be bothered with Narak anymore. Yeah, no, it's not so much about it. There's lots of abilities in the game that say they stack multiplicatively. That's a strong ability. Any multiplicatively stacking ability is strong. That doesn't mean it's mathematically overpowered by our definition. Our definition needs multiplicatively stacking with item or feat support, item and or feat support that affects the pre-stack multiplier. Yeah, it's just you just get the quest. You don't get credit for actually completing 15, or I'd be done because we need that. I came over here and immediately checked. It's just you get the collection quest for it. Yeah, there's a lot of prevention. There's a lot of like last second preventions of death things, but not quite the same as resurrections. Yeah, this event is loaded. I said it before the event even arrived. I was like, this is a dangerous event. Like, you're almost like, who do I pick? Not because there's a bad choice, but because they're all good choices. Yeah, and Gosrick's kind of the least impressive, and yet he's still a solid champion. So, you know, there's just no like last event we had Briv. And so it was just like, who do you want to pick? Briv. Where do I put all my event token? Briv. Do I want to gear anyone else? Briv. Like, just put it all in Briv. But that's not true here, in my opinion. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, if Entreus is still fairly low, he has a mop ability, so he loves item levels, but you're not going to get a whole lot out of the event. Just you want an epic on suave and sophisticated, and then any other extras, I guess. But his buff is strong. Yeah, I mean, I'm picking. So on my main account, I'm literally picking people who are in my pushing formations because I'm like, well, I don't need. They're all full epic. They all have a lot of item levels, so I don't care. I don't care about like getting the chests from them. I already did. I already did the Gale and Penelope all the way through the end of tier 4, so I got those permanent rewards. But the rest of them, I'm like, I just want who's got a solid buff. I want that buff. Is there anything else we could pick up just as a challenge that's easy? Oh, 50 ultimates. Okay, so here's how you do this, folks. How many champions do I have in? Well, let's light them all up. Well, there's 10. I'm closer to that now. I'll track that. No, I don't care about Archon. We're not doing 1,000 areas. We're not killing 500 bosses. I doubt we'll kill 1,000 bees, but we might be able to pop ultimates enough time. If I'd done this from the beginning, maybe. The helpful one here is Brunor's, because Brunor's is only about 60 seconds long, 60 seconds or less. But we're coming up on the completion of this, so I'm not overly worried. And then, so tomorrow, when we come back tomorrow, we're not leaving just yet, but we are soon. When we come back tomorrow, we will hop back into Waterdeep and try to race through the last adventures. What we need? We need 7 more. We've got 8 on our tracker there. We need 15 total, so we're going to try to race through as many of 7. Hopefully, all 7. I don't know. I mean, we have more speed now, just by having Human, and we have I'm going to burn my potions for this, so I'll burn these. Not any more of these, but I'll burn these. Because I kind of want to have everything done so that Wednesday we can just focus on events that we can unlock that champion. We'll then have Vajra available. Then we'll need to go hop and do a couple Vajra variants to. Wow. So Wednesday we'll unlock whatever champion I pick, which I think it's going to be Orkira. And then we'll hop right into Vajra stuff. But only a couple Vajra variants just to get that initial time gate piece unlock. And then back into event stuff. Yeah, then we'll be fully focused back on event stuff. That's kind of the work queue. Whether we can get all of that done in that time frame, I don't know, but that's our progress queue, because we want to get Vajra unlocked and get our time gate piece from her, and then we just want to focus hardcore on doing as much event stuff as we can until the event ends next Wednesday. We can get done with all of our event stuff, or the event ends, whichever one happens first. Then we go back to Tomb of Annihilation and continue on our working towards Azaka. Like a gnat. Why is there a gnat in here? Dare you? Not the good kind of gnat, too. It's not a gnat 20. This is a gnat 1 flying around. All right, Zoldan, thanks for hanging out. We could decide to do solo trials to get the 7-day achievement out of the way. Oh yeah, just make sure on day one that you're. Oof, you got to be careful like every day, but day one is the real like you need to set a very specific bud. I tend to lean towards the lower end, like 180 to 190, somewhere in there. E180, E190, and then because you can always raise it again on a later day, maybe. But you got to be careful then not to accidentally go too high on a later day either. But it's finicky. I had to wait for patrons to even be a thing. Yeah. No, Vajra is faster than ever now because of Events 2.0. Events 2.0 changed kind of a lot of the workflow from my new player reference. I've got to go back and redo order of operations for an efficient playthrough. There we go. Get out. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. Boom.